Man, so first of all, I'm glad. I feel so glad to share that rivalry with Deiveson. Where 2 years, with a lot of pressure, stress. Thinking about him, thinking about the bell, of course. Thinking about the representation I have in my country in Mexico. So was a lot of things on the line, but right now I'm part of the history of the mixed martial arts, and I'm part of the history of the UFC, thinking about the future, like the Hall of Fame or whatever. So I'm just glad to share that kind of reality with somebody. But I can't lie to you, I'm happy, man. I'm just happy to don't think about Davison, to think in another game plan, to do something different in my practices, because always is very every single game plan is very specific for the next fighter. So yeah, my practices were about the game plan against Davison. Now in this one were different. So man, I'm just happy.
But at the same time, you also now go to another opponent who you are obviously very familiar with. Again, right? Maybe not 4 fights, but this obviously will be your third fight with Pantoja. How it was a long time ago, Brandon, right? You're talking about 2016 on a TV show on The Ultimate Fighter, and then you're talking about 2018. I mean, that's 5 years ago at this point. You're a different fighter. You're the champion now. How much have you looked at the past performances, or have you ignored those?
I mean, watch my last two fights against Alexandre. Was part of the game plan. Watch my mistakes of the past, what I did, and try to recognize what I'm improved specifically since those fights. Man, I can write a huge list about my difference for this fight. How much I improved myself in the last 5 years. Um, but yes, man, the only thing I can say is Alexandre Pantoja never fought against the best Brandon Moreno in the moment, and those are just excuses. I hate excuses. But I'm talking with you. I'm thinking about what happened in that moment. Trying to reflect a little bit about it, and that's it, man. I think I I'm very sure about what I'm saying right now, and I'm just excited to go that night, July 8th, and show to the world, like, man, I'm just better than him.
I know all of these fights mean a lot to you. Will this one mean even more though to have what happened in the past happen and then to come back and to overcome that? Will it mean more, Brandon?
Man, it's 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 everything is like a movie, because I passed this crazy rivalry with Davison, and now I have this a nice rivalry with
Yeah,
Pantoja, who beat me in the past. Man, that's like a movie,
it is.
it's like a guide, like somebody write that text for us, for me, so that this fight specifically is a perfect opportunity to keep building my legacy, man. you know Brandon Moreno, who got released from the company in 2018, then came back, then champion, then the rivalry with Davison, now Pantoja, the rematch. Man, I'm excited, man.
They,
Who
they, sh-
can
they should make a
somebody
movie about this. Actually,
man
when you say
somebody
it,
can sign? I sign for that movie, man. Let's go. I'm ready.
I I I, I know you laugh. They probably will make one day, and they should. Um, Last question. Let me ask you about you know, you were the first Mexican champion, and now you've had others who have followed, not the only one anymore. And I know it seems like it's becoming more and more of a regular thing where Mexican MMA fighters are fighting at the very top and becoming champion. And I've got to believe, Brendan, that you really got the ball rolling on that. How important is that to you to see your people succeeding at such a high level in mixed martial arts?
Man, so first of all, I don't remember if I told you this before, because we had other interviews in the
Yeah,
past, but man, it's part of my DNA. It's part our DNA. As a Mexican, we are good in combat sports. We have
you're
so
not
many
kidding.
champions in boxing, a lot of gold medals in
Yes.
taekwondo, in karate. So we are good fighting. The problem is we needed some time, because mixed martial arts is new in the world. definitely new in Mexico, in my country.
Yeah.
So uh, with that being said, right now I'm just happy to see what is happening, with my partners, with Jair, with Alexa, with the new contenders. I know, for example, Irene, he lost the fight against
Yes.
Amanda, but she's there,
Right. She fought
Uh,
for a title. Yeah.
she fought for a title. That's insane. So man, I don't know how much time, maybe 3 4 years, but we'll see new contenders in the different division of the UFC from Mexico for sure.
Right, and it's always fun to watch Mexican fighters too, because it's always an exciting fight. It's like that in boxing, and obviously it's like that in MMA too. So I think I don't know if any of that happens, or I think it takes a much longer time, if not for you, Brandon. I really do.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
man, thank you, man.
back.
I mean, I'm just trying to do my thing. I always say this, like everything is like very selfish because I'm fighting for me, I'm fighting for my family, I'm fighting for my daughters, for my wife. But
Yeah,
at the same time, with the pass of the time, a lot of people start to get motivated for my own journey. And thank you. I the only thing I can say is thank you to all the people who get some motivation from with my name.